What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Klusk here, Klusk Customs. Today we're going to be doing the rotors, brakes, hub assembly bearings, on the Ranger XLT. It's a 93. I picked it up for drive back and forth to work to try to keep some miles down on the Rebel. It's in pretty good shape. Pretty basic, two-wheel drive, 5-speed manual, so that should be fun. And a couple things I gotta replace on it to make it safer to drive, which I drove it about 45 minutes home, and I noticed at high speeds when you hit the brakes it was wobbling pretty good, so that's what we're gonna do. So what I've done, and I kind of coated up some of this. The spring was a little rusty, and you know, the dust cover and the front of the frame that you can see a little bit on the back here. But it looks like it has new cab corners in it, which is cool. Up under there too. They're definitely not bad. Guy said it only had 65,000 original miles. And on the registration there's no exempt, so I tend to believe him. And this rotor and assembly and the hubs, the bearings and everything that I pulled out was definitely probably stock to this truck. So what I did is I went, got the rotor and hub assembly, which I didn't realize because the last one I did was on an 04 Colorado, and it had all the bearings and everything built right in. So I had to go get these. This is the inner. So what you got to do is discard this outer ring. It's just a housing, I think, to hold it. And we're gonna drop her down in here. First you gotta pack it, some grease. I'm gonna rub a little around in here real quick, especially where everything's gonna be, straight on this inside lip before this notch. And then you gotta pack all these with the grease, all the gaps inside of it, outside of it, and we should be good to go. And then I got the cap here. After you drop the bearing down, we'll seat it with this cap and tap it down all around it. So yeah, I'm gonna get this all packed up and I'll be right back. Everybody hang in there. Alright, so I got all that done. I set the bearing in there already. Like I said, I just went around the edge. I brought it all the way up here because what we're gonna do next here is take this, which you can see there's a lip on it. You wanna go this way with it. There's really only one way you can go anyways, because it won't go in like that, obviously, so you wanna flip it around. And I figured it wouldn't hurt to have a little up here for it. You don't want to cram it, but like when you pack that bearing there, you almost want to make it, see how it's like stiff, it doesn't even want to move in there, which is good on those rollers because obviously with all the weight and pressure it's good to have those tight. But it is kind of a pain in the butt to get the grease in the bearing. So what I did is I put it in from the bottom first, and then I flip around and you put it in through the top, in between this and that little lip right there. Let's see. So then you just want to center that down in there, make sure she's good. You take your cap. You can almost just push it right in. It's very simple, everything. Like I said, I've never worked on a vehicle older than a 98, and that was a Ford Explorer that I had a few years back. I'm gonna go ahead and take my mallet. Make sure you're careful. Like, this garage is pretty dingy, with dirt, debris, anything you really don't want, especially like a pebble or a little rock in there that'll get into there and then start spinning with those bearings and definitely cause you some problems. I'm just gonna take my rubber mallet and kind of make sure she's seated well. I mean, I didn't even have to take the freaking caliper hanger off, and the rotor slid right off. I was like, what? What's up with that? And then, like, I've watched a few videos. There's not much out there for this year, even. I figured there'd be a bunch of stuff. But, yeah, it wasn't easy to find something to kind of relate to. Even the ones that I saw that said 93, and this is a 93, I got it registered. You still had to take the caliper hanger off, but it appears to me, I'm just kind of realizing this, that this caliper hanger is literally built right into the knuckle here. I can't see if there's a bolt back there that would actually take it off. I don't think there is, so you'd literally have to take that whole knuckle off, so it's pretty convenient. And then there's the calipers right there, so I mean, they literally set right in these two grooves. And then it has some sort of weird push pin system that it's like a interlocking pin that you slide through one side, and when the pin comes all the way through, the two split and the end will squeeze outward. And then you get to squeeze them inward and tap them out. But yeah, so you obviously got to do the rear bearing first, so then you can put it up onto your spindle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so a little tip, you should probably get your outside wheel bearing packed and ready first, because when I slid this on after I put the inside wheel bearing on without having this ready and packed, I would set it there and it would tip down and slide off. So what I did is I just took the rubber handle of those needle nose pliers there, and I stuck it in the top here just to hold it in place. Then I packed the bearing, spun it around a couple times, see if there was any loose or open spots in the grease, and then I packed it again. Then I popped it in there, and then you're gonna want to have all the hardware, your washer, which is cupped. Well, I guess you would say cut. At a weird circle square, so it only goes on one way. Obviously, there's a little groove on the spindle that you can see right there. So slide that on. That in there nice and good. And we're gonna take our nut, the original nut. Sure it's not too dirty. I'm gonna wipe it out again real quick, I think. Sorry guys, only be 1 second here. Yeah, I'm glad I did, because I felt some grit in there. I'm gonna take our nut, start threading that on. Yeah, there's still a little bit of grit in there. Ooh, alright, should push its way out. Screwed on there, baby. Alright, give it a little test run here. Oh yeah, nice and smooth. you want to do that too, just to work and set everything, you know. So I'm not just doing this to play. You can actually work it back and forth. So you're making sure, first of all, everything's working good, and then secondly, just to kind of seat those bearings. So get a little tool here, a little tool here. Yeah, I don't have a torque wrench, people. So what I'm gonna do, I think it said something like 18 pound-foot-inches or something like that. I don't know. I'm no master mechanic, that's for sure, but I'll tell you what, I can get things done. But yeah, so he says to tighten it, back it off, spin it around a few more times. Whee! Whee! Alright. Dropped you. My hand's all greasy. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what 18... Let's say about... This is my torque wrench right here. I grab it down so I don't get a lot of leverage. I kind of gauge it that way. Give it one good tweak, you know. Say it was 50 or whatever. I would come about halfway. Say it's 100. Go to the end and give it a good tweak. I'm going to hold it right there and just go. See, that's probably good. I mean, I don't know. So, we're going to take this cap, get it lined up so that the cotter pin can go through the slot here. Yeah, that's not it. Let's try that one. I think I could probably get it through there, and then that kind of holds the bolt in place. Yeah, I'm gonna use that one, so if it tries to loosen, it won't, because the cotter pin's gonna hold against this right here. Let's see. Alright. Cotter pin. Normally I would replace this, but this one literally looks like it's been only bent once, and then I kind of